and iconic cat breeds on the planet. The British Shorthair. You know the one I'm talking about, that chunky, plushy teddy bear of a cat with the big round eyes and that famously chill personality. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's explore everything there is to know about these fantastic felines. First off, let's talk about that look. The British Shorthair is the epitome of a sturdy, well-built cat. They're medium to large in size, with a broad chest, strong legs, and a thick tail that tapers to a rounded tip. But the real showstoppers are that dense plush coat and that adorable round face. Their fur feels like velvet, and it's so thick you can literally run your fingers through it and see the patterns it leaves behind. And their heads are perfectly round, with full cheeks often called jowls, in males small, wide-set ears, and large, round, expressive eyes. Those eyes can come in a variety of stunning colors, but the most classic and recognized is that deep, coppery orange you see on the blue-gray cats. Speaking of blue-gray, that's the color most people immediately associate with the British Shorthair. In fact, they're often just called British Blues. But did you know they come in a massive rainbow of colors and patterns? You can find them in solid colors like black, white, cream, and red. Then you have the patterns: tabby, tortoiseshell, color point, and even bicolors. So, while the British Blue is the classic, there's a British Shorthair out there to match just about any preference. Now, where did these cuddly cats come from? Their history is as rich and long as you might imagine for a breed with British in its name. It's believed their ancestors were brought to Britain by the Romans way back in the 1st century AD. They kept the Roman camps and settlements free of mice, rats, and other pests. Over the centuries, these hardy cats adapted to the British climate, developing their signature dense coat to protect them from the damp and chilly weather. For a long time, they were just common street and farm cats, appreciated for their utility. But in the late 19th century, cat fanciers began to take notice. He wanted to create a pedigree breed that celebrated the beauty of these native cats. The very first official cat show, which Weir himself organized in 1871 at the Crystal Palace in London, featured British Shorthairs prominently. They were an instant hit and have been a beloved breed ever since. The 2 world wars were tough on many pedigree breeds, including the British Shorthair. Their numbers dwindled dramatically. To save the breed, breeders had to cross them with other cats, most notably Persians, to widen the gene pool. This is where they got some of that extra fluffiness and the even rounder facial features we see today. After the wars, dedicated breeding programs brought them back from the brink, and they were officially recognized by major cat associations around the world. Their personality is often described as the perfect house cat. They are calm, easygoing, and incredibly affectionate, but not in a needy or demanding way. They are not the type of cat that will be constantly climbing up your legs or crying for attention. Instead, they prefer to show their love by being near you. They'll follow you from room to room, content to just hang out and supervise your activities. They're the ultimate 4-paws-on-the-floor cat. They enjoy a good cuddle on the sofa, but they aren't typically lap cats. They'd rather sit beside you than on you. This independent yet loving nature makes them fantastic companions for a wide range of households. They're great for families with children because of their patient and tolerant demeanor. They are not easily fazed and tend to handle the noise and activity of a busy home with grace. They also get along well with other pets, including dogs and other cats, especially if they're introduced properly. They're happy to entertain themselves while you're at work, but they'll be thrilled to greet you at the door when you come home. One thing to note is that they're not the most active breed. As kittens, they're playful and full of energy, just like any other kitten. But as they mature, they settle into a more dignified and relaxed lifestyle. This laid-back nature means you need to be mindful of their weight. They can be prone to becoming a bit too cobby, as the breeders say. So, portion control with their food and encouraging regular, gentle play is really important to keep them healthy and fit. let's talk about grooming and health. That beautiful thick coat is surprisingly easy to care for. A good brushing once or twice a week is usually enough to remove loose hair and keep their coat in top condition. They have a long lifespan, often living well into their late teens or even early 20s. One is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM, which is a common heart condition in many cat breeds. The other is polycystic kidney disease, or PKD. Have you ever wondered why they look a bit like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland? Well, many people believe that Sir John Tenniel's original illustrations of the Cheshire Cat were inspired by the British Shorthair. And Puss in Boots from the Shrek movies, while not explicitly a British Shorthair, definitely has that cobby body, round face, and charming personality.